normal and shear stress component. Let us consider Tn be the resultant stress factor at point P acting on a plane whose outward drawn normal is small n. You can see this in figure. This is Tn is the resultant stress factor, and it is acting at a point P on a plane whose outward drawn normal is small n. This can be resolved into two components. Now we can have two components for this resultant stress vector, one along the normal n. So this, what is this normal? This is the line perpendicular to the plane. So one along the normal n and the other perpendicular to this normal small n. One along the normal n and another one is perpendicular to this normal. The component parallel to n, or you can say along the normal, is normal stress and denoted by sigma n. The component perpendicular to n or normal is known as tangential stress. So first one is along the normal, it will be normal stress. Second one is perpendicular to the normal, it is known as tangential stress or shear stress. So Tn, magnitude of Tn, it will be given by, you can find out the magnitude Tn square is equal to sigma n square plus tau n square. So this is how we find out the magnitude for a vector, where Tn is the magnitude of the resultant stress. Okay, we know this one. Next, coming to the Tn again, we can also, it can also be resolved into x, y, z components. You can resolve into tangential and shear stress component, and you can resolve it into x component, y component, and z component. So Tn x is in x direction, Tn y is in y direction, Tn z in z direction. So this is the expression Tn square, that will be Tn square is equal to Tn x square plus Tn y square plus Tn z square. So this is how you find out the resultant stress vector Tn magnitude. Welcome to the class. Before going into details, let us know what is x plane, what is y plane, what is z plane in a rectangular Cartesian coordinate system. Now in the figure you can see this figure, this yellow, this plane yellow, where you can see yellow lines, it is x plane, and the plane here in blue lines, that is y plane, and the plane with purple lines is z plane. So remember these things, which one is x plane, which one is y plane, which one is z plane. So these planes are perpendicular to the to their respective axis. Suppose this is x plane, it should be perpendicular to x axis. For y plane it should be perpendicular to y axis. For z plane it should be perpendicular to z axis. So in a rectangular Cartesian coordinate system, this is how we define different planes. Now coming to the rectangular stress components, let us consider body B. It is shown in the figure. It is cut by a plane parallel to yz plane. The normal to this plane is parallel to x axis. So the plane is actually x plane. Remember the x plane in previous discussion. So that x plane is perpendicular to the x axis. Let us consider a point P, and the resultant stress vector at point P will be Tx. This vector is resolved into three components in x, y, and z directions. The components parallel to x-axis being normal to the plane will be denoted by sigma x. The components parallel to y and z axis are shear stress components and denoted by tau xy and tau xz respectively. That means you have three components in x direction, y direction and z direction. So the component in x direction is parallel to x-axis and it is normal to the plane, x plane, which is cutting this object through point P. So it is denoted by sigma x. It is also known as normal stress. The other two components in y direction and z direction, these are the actually shear stress components denoted by tau xy and tau xz respectively. The first subscript x indicates the plane on which stresses are acting, and the second subscript y or z indicates the direction of component. So here in tau xy and tau xz, the first subscript x indicates the plane on which these stresses are acting. The stresses are acting on a plane which is x plane, and second subscript indicates the direction of this component is tx component in y direction, tx component in z direction, like this way. For example, tau xy is a stress component on x plane in y direction. So it shows that tau xy, we can explain it in another way also. Tau xy is the stress component on x plane in y direction. To distinguish between normal and shear stress, the normal is denoted by sigma and shear stress is denoted by tau. So sigma is normal, tau is shear. So for Tx we have one normal stress, the other that is in x direction and parallel to x axis or normal to the x plane, and other ones the other two in y direction and z direction, these are the shear stress components.